All right. Let's see if we're live. Are we live? Oh, awesome. Okay. I'll explain in a second what I'm doing and why I'm doing this. Okay. So. Just organizing some of the windows. Chat. Pop out. Okay. Yay. Here we go. All right, everybody. So basically what happened is I haven't seen the card yet. UFC 281. Now that's because I do live in Europe, and here it was like at 3 or 4 in the morning, so you basically have to stay up all the way, which sometimes I'm able to do, sometimes, just life happens and you're not able to do. Therefore, I'm like, well, I'm gonna watch the card anyway, so I might as well just film the reactions and everything else, make some good content out there. So, and I know that other Europeans as well watch the card the day after. So if he just happens to see this, then, you're able to sync it and watch it with me. And if not, you can watch it in the recording, I guess. I know a lot of people watched it already, so I don't expect this to have like so many views or anything, but I guess that's not the point. The point is I'm going to watch the card and just enjoy it. So there you go. Yeah, so let's get going. Oh, yeah, another thing. I put the chat now as a subscriber mode only, and that's because I don't want just anyone to come in there and just spoil the fight for me. You know what I mean? So I hope that people that subscribe to the channel are civilized enough, and people that I've interacted with, they are, other than a small fringe minority of I'm not gonna even waste my breath on them. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't want to completely disable it because I could have just done that, but I think it could be nice just to have some interaction with people that haven't watched it yet, or they just they want to interact without spoiling anything. Respect other people, right? All right, so here we go. Where is it? So this is gonna be the main card. So I'm gonna start with Hooker Poirier, right? Yeah, just they're showing now just the trailer, like highlights from Hooker. Nothing crazy. I'm just gonna just have a little chat in the meantime. Like, yeah, this past week I've been like very busy with stuff. I didn't even manage to put my short form content out there. Usually when I do the videos, I kind of clip things for TikTok, for my Instagram and Twitter, and I was like so behind and I didn't. But in my main channel, in the YouTube channel, the predictions are out there, so anyone can go and check to see what I thought about the fights and all these kind of things. And I hope to get a little bit of ahead of schedule next time, so that I can just batch my content and be able to put it out a bit more regularly. And yeah, I guess to spend more time on the Twitter and Instagram. It's just a matter of, like, do you really spend the time to create the content, or to make sure that people actually receive it in these platforms? And you just have so much time to allocate to these things, so it's just what it is. Now, talking about the fight, for those that didn't see the prediction for Poirier and Hooker, I give the fight to Poirier personally. I think that he's so good on the ground, the way he finds those knee bars. He was very resilient and had a good chin. as well in some of the fights that he had where he was hurt and just kept going, got dropped several times. And so is Hooker, but Hooker, when he's hurt, he tends to keep standing up and gets hurt more until he eventually gets dropped. He doesn't, he doesn't rely on the grappling to kind of mix it up a little bit and save his chin during the exchanges when he's hurt. So I'll have to favor Puelles on this one, though, if I remember correctly, he's the underdog odds-wise, And, Hooker has the experience advantage. He's been through wars. And when it comes to the striking, I would have to give him the advantage. He's been there with very, very elite guys, has good timing. He varies very much his attacks too, right? Knees, calf kicks, hands, long combos. I think he does his best work when he overwhelms people with long combos. I really like that. But, for Hooker, that he's been in the top 10 for a long time, fighting in a ranked guy, for him this means anything. I'm sure he wants the W, but it's not the biggest fight of his life. As opposed to Puelles, this is the biggest fight of his life, because if he beats Hooker, he's just in the top 10 of the best guys in the world, right? So this is the hardest fight he's ever had. They coming from different places in terms of motivation, right? I'm just gonna keep an eye on the chat just once in a while. Okay. Hopefully Puelles don't let me down, gotta pick some underdogs here and there. And we'll see. He looks good, lean. And that's another thing too, is like when you're someone like Hooker that's been through war and put his body through so much, how many injuries do you really accumulate when you go in, before fights and training camps? We seen, if you remember the Barboza fight, Hooker, Barboza put a beating on him, which was so hard to watch. His body literally just broke down. Yeah, the Poirier fight as well, just so much long beatings and stuff like that. So his style is not the best to have a longer career, to be honest. And the thing about Puelles too is he doesn't really need to score a traditional takedown on Hooker, because we've seen that Puelles would also pull guard if needed, and that's a much easier position to get. You could be in a 50-50 position and just pull guard, So if he gets beat up, he always has that option, and it's a different kind of game when you have someone that is really good at those leg locks and knee bars. Because so think about it this way, MMA fighters have to spread thin their time in practice because they have to do wrestling, jiu-jitsu, striking, and so on. So when you have to spread your time, you're basically going to put your time in things that are the biggest threats or the high success, most common things, right? You're not going to learn how to defend a twister, because it's unlikely that it's ever going to happen. They're going to teach you how to defend, single legs, rear naked chokes, arm bars, this and that, the most common things. So you don't spend as much time in practice defending people that find knee bars in so weird positions, especially when you're someone who's not a grappler to begin with. So as he progresses, he probably is more well-rounded on very common attacks and not as much as uncommon attacks, as opposed to someone who comes from a jiu-jitsu background and has years and years of practice, right? All right. They're showing the stats now for the fight, so it's going to start soon. -150 favorite Dan Hooker, 130 underdog Puelles. Hooker just a little bit taller, 32 years of age, Hooker, and 26 for Puelles. Bruce Buffer is going to introduce now. One of the things as well here is the New York Athletic Commission is very well known for fucking things up when it comes to referees and stoppages and these kind of things. So I'm always a little bit on the edge when I see fights being hosted in New York. So I hope that we don't see that in this card. I'm actually wondering if after the main card is done, if I'm gonna watch the prelim as well, which I should have done technically before, but I just want to see. First of all, I don't want to wait any longer. I already waited one day to see it, so I just want to get straight to the main card, and then I also want to see like how the stream does, if people are here or not. Worth my time to do the prelims as well and watch fucking meatball fight and all these kind of things. The Reyes fight could have been nice in the prelim, so that probably I'm gonna check. I wonder as well, because Easy is on the main card, right? I wonder if they trained together as well, or if Easy had a different type of training camp as opposed to Hooker. Because I guess they probably needed different things. I don't know if they sparred and stuff. Alright, it's about to start. Hooker, Puelles. I'm gonna give you the countdown so that you can sync it if you're watching it. Alright. Round number 1. 4 minutes 53, 52, 51, 50, 49. Okay. So we have Hooker in orthodox and southpaw is Puelles. Hooker starting very long, pumping the jab, some leg kicks. He's trying to impose the distance. And you can see already Puelles trying to advance with the checks, not giving any free leg kicks. A lot of feints. Puelles again with the check. He knows that the leg kicks are a big part of Hooker's game. Just getting a feel for the distance. They're exchanging both high kicks here, but no big commitment for either fighter. Now he really is on Puelles to close the distance and go close. They're also not throwing very fast. Everything looks like half speed. You can see the defense of Puelles. He's not giving him free leg kicks or free front kicks. He's making sure that he's defensively sound. Again, going out of range, not let any of those leg kicks land. Okay. A lot of front kicks and kicks by Hooker. Now, Puelles has the... Oh! Iminari roll by Puelles. Goes for the leg, but Hooker is pulling away. Oh, he still has the leg, though. He's gonna work from there. Oh, here we go. Let's see how Hooker can defend. He's rolling. He's giving up his back here, Puelles. Has to be careful, but this is his bread and butter here. He's pulling that leg. Oh, he's gonna start to extend it. Hooker knew this was coming. He's triangling his legs now to defend and prevent the extension. But you know, Puelles spends so much time in these positions. Puelles has 2-on-1 on the hand of Hooker. He's trying to free up the legs. Working in this position that I'm sure Hooker doesn't spend as much time in here. He might end up on top here, Puelles. He's freeing up the leg. He's working on it. Or if Dan cannot free. Oh, he's going for a heel hook here. Hooker is trying to defend. Oh, there is also 1 minute 53 on the clock. 52, 51. Puelles is working on that leg, and now they're basically kind of stalling with 1 minute 37. Hooker seems fine, but you have to wonder if the judges is gonna score this as a effective grappling, because it's a submission attempt, quite a prolonged one, as opposed to those few like calf kicks and jabs by Hooker at the beginning. Oh, now you see Hooker is on top now. They changed the position, and Puelles has a one butterfly in, and now they disengage. Puelles on his back and Hooker on the feet, calling him up. Now they're both standing up. 1 minute to go, 57 seconds, 56, 55. Again, the Eminari roll misses this time by Puelles. Well, the Hooker showed that he could defend that particular position, and Puelles showed that he really wants it on the ground. He's gonna keep Iminari rolling his way through it. They're standing now, nothing major happening. Cross lands by Hooker on the chin. If Puelles can score a couple of strikes here, he can maybe steal the round. No. This is gonna frustrate Hooker for sure. Yeah. End of round number 1. Yeah, you have to see who, because Puelles is the one that got closest to close the fight. So he has to be effective grappling with the result. So obviously, if it was 100% effective result, it means the fight will be over. There will no need for scoring. So of course it's an attempt. Of course it means it wasn't finished. So you have to see how the judges see it. I don't have the significant strikes landed. Let me hear the corner 1 second. Okay, corner of Puelles asking for jab, left hand, and to start punching him and kicking him. Don't over worry on the ground. I will have to see the significant strikes, but I would have to give this one to Puelles just because of the effective grappling and getting close to finish the fight. Now Hooker again with the pressure. Now going a little bit closer. Puelles shooting but missing the shot. And now Hooker is letting his hands go a little bit, landing. Still controlling the center is Hooker. Puelles with the body kick, the exchange kick here. Misses the high kick, Puelles. Now Hooker pressing against the cage with the striking. Tries a high kick, gets blocked. But this is where Hooker does his best work, when he gets opponents against the cage. Lands across to the chin. Hooker. Cross again through the guard. Hooker is doing very well now. Jab to the face by Hooker. Shots again, Puelles misses. Oh, Hooker lands a nice left hook to the chin. Now he's getting the momentum of the fight. Jab to the face by Hooker. Much more experienced striker, as you can see. He finds his spots in the guard, but again, Puelles just needs one. Shooting for the ankle is Puelles. He has the ankle. He's turning it into a single leg, pressing a Hooker against the cage. Hooker is defending, going for a guillotine. Oh! No, Hooker is on top. They disengage now. I think he's complaining about an eye poke, Puelles. He's pointing at his eye. Body kick by Puelles. Low kick by Hooker. Tries the Iminari roll. Barely. Doesn't work. 3 minutes and 10 on the clock. 3 minutes 9, 3 minutes 8, 3 minutes 7, 3 minutes 6, or round number 2. You can see Puelles frustrated. He dives for the ankle, but Hooker gets free. They're in the open. Puelles again faking that shot. Again dives for that low single Puelles, but doesn't get it. Hooker calls him back up. 2 minutes and 27 seconds round number 2. So far the round is all Hooker here. Single leg by Puelles. Hooker is defending and sprawling. So now we have Puelles in a turtle position. He has a hold of one of Hooker's leg, and Hooker is elbowing his side and punching his side. And these are shots that, judges are gonna have to score. Again, desperately going for that ankle is Puelles, but it doesn't work. Left hand by Puelles lands. They're both in the open exchanging. Ooh, that seemed to have bothered Puelles. It was like a push kick to the body by Hooker. 1 minute 30 on the clock, round number 2. The referee calls Puelles up. Puelles seems very frustrated by the fact that he's not getting these takedowns, and the fight is not going his way now. Trying all sorts of things to close the distance. Push kick again by Hooker. Oh! The fight is stopped. Oh, I guess I was wrong on this one. Bloody hell. Yeah, you could see that the first time the Puelles was really bothered by that push kick. Maybe, maybe it was some sort of injury or maybe just a nasty push kick. Don't know. But the second time was enough, and the referee called it. Wow. Good for Dan Hooker. He needed a good win, to get some momentum back. I feel sorry for Puelles. It was an important fight for him, but let's see here. Yeah, it was a push kick, but interesting stoppage though, because usually this kind of kick just knocks the wind out of you, right? Straight to the solar plexus. But if you maybe have like some issue with the ribs or something else, that might be enough to take you out of the fight. Bloody hell. So I guess not a great start for my prediction, since already wrong on this one, but it is what it is. Now, referee is calling the winner. Bruce Buffer is announcing it. So Dan Hooker wins by TKO this one, round number 2. Nice. Let's see the interview. Oh, Hooker is very, very, very happy. Yes, he imposed his range, his right, used those kicks, and that was that. But, Puelles put him in that position, and Hooker showed that he could defend, that leg lock attack that he was, he was defending in the first round. So it's not like Puelles didn't get the position that he wanted, and just Hooker proved that he was able to be a step ahead and defend. So, good. Well-deserved W. I wonder who they can give to Hooker next. Anyway, so now they're showing the highlights of Frankie Edgar. This is gonna be his retirement fight. Again, I don't pick Frankie to win. I think that Gutierrez is gonna get this one. He's too long with his attacks. He has great footwork. It's hard to shoot on him because he's always moving. Has a very good corner, and very elusive with the movement. And Frankie has been knocked out a lot recently, and he doesn't cut a lot of weight. He's small for the division, and he does his best work on the inside. With the short shots with the hands, he has success with that. But again, he has to eat some shots on the way in against someone that kicks, and then by the time you close the distance, he already moved his feet because of the footwork, and yeah, we'll see. But we'll see. He has the experience advantage for sure. He's been there so many times, Frankie. And against Cheeto as well, he was taking him down. So I think that if Frankie is to win this fight, he has to try to take down Gutierrez so that the judges can give it to him. If he gets some ground and pound going, control him. Don't let those kicks be his advantage, basically. We are seeing now some of the highlights by Gutierrez. A lot of unorthodox stuff, spinning kicks, side kicks to the body, really extend his shots. Like you can see even the way that Frankie shadow boxes, like everything is like short uppercuts, hooks. Yeah. He chose as a retirement fight, something that is quite difficult for him, but we'll see. Megan Olivi here. So we see who's gonna walk to the cage first. Yeah. Madison Square Garden packed. Okay. All right, so we got Gutierrez walking to the cage. We'll see. I have mixed feelings about this fight because I was wrong about the previous one, so I really would like Gutierrez to win at this point. But you cannot dislike Frankie Edgar. So I think either person wins, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. Also, like with this kind of live streams, it kind of makes sense when you have more subscribers in general, so that you can get the interaction factor, right? Because I guess that's the whole point of doing a video live as opposed to doing it just recording it and posting it, is the interaction factor. But I don't want to wait till I have like hundreds of thousands. I think it's good practice anyway, and I'm watching the card regardless, so that's quite good. And as well, doing the live stream is a bit harder because with YouTube you have some latency, and as well, if you're not a big channel, the quality of the stream when you see it live, it goes down a little bit. So there is that aspect that you sacrifice, but again, I think you get better at things when you do them rather than not do them. So I think that I want to get it right from the beginning, so that by the time the channel gets some growth consistently, then it's much easier to pull it off, Now Gutierrez is in the cage now, and we're just waiting for Frankie. Oh, he's pumped up. He's running, jumping all the way around. Yep. Whatever he has left, he has to live in this fight. I've seen a lot of people in the previous fight as well picking Puelles to win, so I think that fucked up a lot of parlays for a lot of people that put money on this. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm just reading some of the tweets. It said someone put it $10,000 for Frankie to win by decision. Possible if he has if he imposes the grappling, controls the fight. But I expect Gutierrez to do the same that Hooker just did. So just extend the kicks, move, and frustrate the person who wants to grapple. So Gutierrez is the favorite, minus 240, and Frankie is the underdog, plus 200. Height advantage for Gutierrez. Reach and weight, pretty much identical. And as well, it's not only about the reach itself, but it's like also how you extend your shots, because you can extend them all the way, or you can just throw them more snappy without getting the full extension. There's different ways, and you can see Gutierrez really extends his strikes. Plus, when Frankie has to punch up, this makes his reach a little bit shorter too. Now Bruce Buffer is announcing the fighters. I wonder what Frankie Edgar is going to do after this fight. I don't know if he has anything lined up. I haven't followed what he's been up to. Maybe he's going to open his gym, coach, find a promotion where he can commentate. I don't know. So many fighters now, you see, they open up YouTube channels after they're done, which is great, adds more variety to the space. So it's great for the audience to have more people to choose from when it comes to commentary. Kevin McDonald, the referee. We're about to start round number 1. Frankie Edgar against Chris Gutierrez. I'm going to give you the countdown in a sec. All right, round number 1. 4 minute 57, 4 minute 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. Here we go. Gutierrez controlling the center, moving, switching the stances, extending the jab. Frankie as well with the lateral movement in an orthodox stance. Feinting, moving his head. Exchanging some low kicks. A lot of feints from both fighters. Long jab by Gutierrez. Both fighters in the center, just feeling each other out with some low kicks, some jabs, and loads of feints and head movement by both people. Oh! Almost spinning elbow there by Gutierrez in an exchange. Oh, calf kick strong by Gutierrez lands. Spinning attacks by Gutierrez. These are the kind of things that Edgar can take advantage of when Gutierrez spins and exposes his back. It's a good moment for a wrestler. Frankie trying to close the distance with the head movement and with the feints. 3 minutes 20, 3 minutes 19, 3 minutes 18, round number 1. Gutierrez with his back close to the cage. And Frankie controlling the center. High kick by Frankie, blocked. Faking the hands is Gutierrez. Oh my god. There it is. It is Gutierrez with the knee to the chin of Frankie. Well, I guess I was right about this one, but still, poor Frankie got KO'd over and over and over and at the end of his career. Well, that's, I guess, it's what it is. Well, I have to see it again. It was, I think, a jumping knee to the chin. That's the thing about Frankie. He stands a little bit square, which opens up the attacks in the center line. And if you spend a lot of time in that range, being the shorter guy, you don't move your head, and as well you're closer to the ground just because of the height and everything else. Against someone who's really good at these kind of things, it's a big danger, and he paid the price. You can see now Gutierrez giving the respect to Frankie and hugging him, saying something to him. It is what it is. Frankie has nothing to prove in the sport anymore. He's been through so many wars, you know. Win or lose, he showed up. He took a fight that was hard, you know. Those are mutual respect and sportsmanship, you can see. I'm curious to see the replay. All right. So far my prediction, 1 wrong, 1 right. Maybe next time when I have more time, I could pick as well the prelims. To me, again, it's also a matter of views. If I pick the main cards and I get like less than 100 views, I'm not going to pick the prelims because I know there's going to be even less, right? Not everybody's interested in those fights. Oh, perfect timing. Perfect timing by Gutierrez. They're showing the replay now. And Frankie was kind of like ducking down, turning his head, and just Gutierrez just timed perfectly a front left knee to the chin, and yeah. Yeah, when you're already short, you don't want to duck against a taller fighter that uses knees and kicks. And he seemed like Frankie didn't really see it coming because he was kind of turning his head, maybe even closing his eyes. But, you know, it's easy to say when everything is said and done, but when you're there, everything is just so fast. Oh. Now, Bruce Buffer is announcing the winner. Yeah. Man, this card is gonna get short if they keep on knocking people out like this. But at least, you know, we've seen some good finishes. I want to hear what they say. Joe Rogan is interviewing Gutierrez. He's talking about how his mom and his coach have cancer, and this gave him motivation for this fight to bring everything he had. Yeah, he sounds yeah, Gutierrez is saying that he comes from nothing, and it's a dream for him to fight in Madison Square Garden, and yeah, he just seems to be a bit shook by the whole experience. Now watching the replay again, it seemed like actually it wasn't the front kick. It seems like it was the back kick that he landed and then ended up in the opposite stance. I would have to watch it again. Either way, I think front or power knees, he would have knocked people out. Oh no, now Joe Rogan is interviewing Frankie after the knockout. Classic. I can understand, it's the end of his career, so you wanna let him talk. Just Joe Rogan saying about the accomplishment of Frankie Edgar, telling how much love he gets and so on. Obviously, Frankie didn't want to lose that fight, wanted a different ending, but he has a lot of love, he knows. You can see Frank is sad, but he's handling very well. And Joe's just basically saying that no matter what Frankie chooses to do, he will eventually get success. He gets a lot of love. And that's the end of the career for Frankie Edgar. It is what it is. I've seen a lot of people picking Frankie too. Seen on social media predictions leading into this fight. It was a hard fight. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, like, as you age, you start to have such a disadvantage in terms of miles on your body, and as well the sports evolves, and the younger kids got to learn from your experience and experience of your opponents, and they become sharper and sharper as the sport is getting more popular because it's still evolving. So it's very hard to keep up a performance as you age. And obviously you get the Glover sometimes, these kind of people that can put it off. But even there, you always have the struggles. Even Glover got KO'd and defeated by Gustafsson, by Anthony Johnson. And yeah, it's ups and downs. And you gotta wonder as well, when you see these fighters that start to be in their mid to late 30s, like for example even John Jones. There's gonna be a point where John Jones, no matter the talent, he's gonna start to not have the edge that he was famous for. That's the great equalizer, is Father Time. So we'll see. Oh, they're showing some Poirier highlights. Oh yeah, because the fight is next, Poirier Chandler for sure. This is, to me, the main event banger, I think. Not only for me, but I guess for so many people. Because the main event, Easy and Pereira, the Easy is going to try to put it to a decision. So he might try to control the pace and outpoint and all these kind of things. So it might not necessarily be a war. But this, Poirier Chandler, can easily be a war. So we'll see. Also, I'm definitely gonna do a video about it eventually. I heard yesterday Ariel Helwani, he published something regarding, what was it? Conor McGregor and Charles Oliveira 170. Seems like this thing is happening. I think it was in June or somewhere in the summer next year, 2023. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm happy for Charles Oliveira because that means a huge paycheck, and obviously he deserves nothing but the best. Such an entertaining and diverse champion, a 170 against someone who's been bulking up a lot to be at 170 and perfecting the grappling and everything else, which is Conor. I wonder how Charles will be at 170. Hard to know, but he's taking time off too. Like they were, I think, offering him some fights or something. He said that he just wants to take time off. So that would probably be one of Charles' most important fight of his life, in terms of they could really give him a lot of a hype if he defeats Conor, obviously. Possibly opening up a rematch depending on how the fight goes, which would be even more money for him. So great, it's a great opportunity. I just wonder how his body will be and everything else at 117. Plus, that's the thing too, is like Charles gets dropped on every fight, and Conor is not the kind of guy that you want to get dropped by, especially at 170. He's going to probably have so much muscle and power, and all this time off he took to heal his body. It's, Charles has to perfect his defense, Anyway, other than this little talk, let's talk about actually what's coming here. They're showing Chandler, obviously plenty of highlights. The guy is just insane. And in this fight, I am picking Poirier. I think that Chandler is just not enough defensively sound, and Poirier is a bit more technical in the exchanges, a bit more diverse. He has good calf kicks, good hands, and he's just doesn't give you a lot of openings, right? We've seen Poirier struggling against the grapplers, obviously Khabib and Oliveira, but Chandler doesn't have that kind of submission threat, so he cannot exploit that weak point. So which other weak point does Poirier have? I mean, he has this thing where he struggles when his back is against the cage, fighting with someone throwing long combos and overwhelming him. So he does very well when he has time to think, so he can be technical. Someone throwing 1-2 shots at a time, like you've seen Conor in the open. He has all the space to move, all the time to think. He's not being overwhelmed. That Poirier does his best job there. But when he's against the cage, we've seen against a Hooker, he was just unloading combos and they were landing clean, And Poirier was so much more hittable in that particular situation. Long combos against the cage. But Chandler is not famous for those long combos at all. He just picks bombs, throws one bomb at a time, hoping that one lands. And as well, in the last fight, we've seen Tony was beating him to the punch. A lot of the times, if you've seen the round number 1, Tony was having the better of the boxing exchanges against Chandler. And he dropped Chandler too. Chandler gets dropped as well almost every fight he's in, So you gotta give the edge to Poirier, but that being said, Chandler can make it happen, He can land something insane. And I think people are so worried about the hands of Chandler that this open up his kicks, as we've seen in the Tony fight, right? Because he's just squatting down, like looking for bombs, and you so focus on his hands that the legs can land, I really would like to see him throwing some head kicks here and there, Also because sometimes Poirier, when he gets out of the pocket, he tends to drop his hands just going out of the pocket. So I would like to see him maybe throwing a high kick in one of those moments, kind of like the Lee Gillespie fight, right, where that person just covers distance for the high kick and and just catches at the end of the pocket the opponent. Alright, we got Chandler in the cage now. Looking, of course, in great shape. Pumped up. Didn't take crazy damage in his last fight. But Poirier is just so durable and with that championship mentality. And he's been through in the cage with guys that just have ridiculous power, like obviously Conor and all these people that you like, oh, you shouldn't get touched by these people. And Chandler is kind of the same. You cannot get touched by him. But he's always been composed in those situations. So I have to give him the edge. I've seen very few people picking Chandler in this fight, to be honest. I wonder what would be in the grappling department, because obviously Chandler is so physically strong and such a good wrestler, but also Poirier is a black belt. I know people make fun of his black belt because saying that his ground game is not that good, but you never know. I really hope that Poirier doesn't try to pull off some guillotine or something like that, because he usually never gets it and just loses position with that. And in a 3-round fight, you cannot have too many mistakes happening, right? Now you have Cormier commenting on Dustin Poirier because they're both from Louisiana, so obviously it's his buddy. I'm waiting to see when Poirier starts to have some proper sponsorship in the octagon for his sauce. You know, he makes the spicy sauce. But that's so clever though, because people complain about fighter pay in the UFC, but the thing is the UFC spends so much money on marketing and showcasing you to the world that the real money is in using that leverage in marketing to sell your products or sell some of your side hustles or whatever, like the way Conor did with the whiskey and so on. It's just use that visibility that's given to you. If you just fight, it's hard to make long-term money with that. Anyway, Bruce Buffer is about to introduce the fighters. This Michael Chandler here. Underdog, 180 underdog. 23 wins, 7 losses. I hope he made some sort of adjustments to his style. I don't mind him looking for a bomb because he obviously that can work, but try something different first, you know. -210 favorite, Poirier. 28 wins, 7 losses. As well, always in great shape. He's very used to make that 155 cut now. I think the round number 1 is when Chandler is the most dangerous, so we'll see. Demir Aliotto, the referee. Okay, round number 1, I'm gonna give you the countdown soon. Let's go. Oh, you can see Chandler means business. Okay. Round number 1. 4 minute 57, 4 minute 56, 55, 54, 53. Chandler against Poirier. Chandler controlling the center. They're both in the center now. Low kick misses by Chandler. Very wide stance by Chandler again, hopping in and out as usual. Poirier in southpaw. Chandler is trying to control the lead hand of Poirier. A lot of respect from both fighters. Oh, cross by Chandler. He's looking again for the big shots. Now they start the boxing exchanges. A lot more kicks by Chandler. Body kicks. Hurts 3 in a row by Chandler. 1 landed and 2 blocked. But I like that he's diversifying. Goes for the shot. Poirier defends. I like the diversification by Chandler here. Cross to the body by Chandler. He's the one landing the most shots now in these early exchanges. Jab to the body by Poirier. Chandler is giving him more things to think about. The body kicks, the shots. Body kick again by Chandler. Low kick. Good, I like this by Chandler. I'm not worried about his attacks. I'm more worried about his defense. Poirier is the one trying to get the timing here. Aggressive. Chandler, as always, he's pushing Poirier against the cage. Here is where he tends to get hit. Oh, cross by Chandler again. 2-3 right hands in a row. Poirier has to get off the cage. Right hand again. Poirier is in trouble. He's high guard, but he's open here. He's trying to find his counters, but he's not moving away from the cage. Good by Chandler. Chandler is having the better of these exchanges. He has to push him against the cage again. Oh. Now Poirier with the power hand. 2 straight shots. Oh. Beat him to the punch, Poirier there. Bombs by Chandler, but he misses them. Body kick by Chandler again. He's trying to hurt Poirier early, but with more diverse attack this time. Poirier now lands jab. Low kick by Poirier lands. Poirier is being composed. He's picking his shots here. Chandler fakes the shot. Tries to go on top. Pressure against by Poirier. Oh! Chandler lands. Right hand. Dirty boxing by Chandler lands. Poirier is against the cage. Bobbing and weaving. High guard. Having trouble. Chandler diversifies against the takedown. Great fight IQ by Chandler. He's on top now with Poirier on the bottom. I'm telling you, when Poirier is against the cage, that's where he's so vulnerable. He's been exposing that before. Now in half guard, Chandler so heavy with his base. He's trying to work a Kimura, doesn't have it. Poirier with the back against the cage is going to well walk here. Hands are together by Chandler, trying to control the posture against the cage. Poirier is not out yet. 1 knee on the ground. And Chandler takes his back. 1 hook in. No, now he doesn't have it anymore. Just controlling with his hands together the posture. Now, against the cage, pressuring Poirier. He's trying to break the grip. Oh, Chandler takes him down again. This is a good 10-9 by Chandler. He slams Poirier again. Hits him. Nice. Poirier again looking for his shots now. Chandler used a lot of energy in those exchanges though. Chandler against the cage is getting hurt now. He's bloodied up in his face. Throwing bombs. He's been a bit sloppy here. Poirier again with the back against his cage. Oh! Right hand by Poirier hurts and drops Chandler. They're exchanging in the center now. Bombs by both fighters. Everybody is exchanging strikes. Oh my god, this is wild. Chandler with the back against the cage, defending, bobbing and weaving. He's bloodied up. Big strikes by Poirier land all over the place. Hooks, right hands on the chin. Oh my god. Chandler is a mess now. He's not able to defend. This is his defense. He doesn't work on his defense. End of the round. Now Chandler, bad body language on squatting down against the cage, face all bloodied up. Literally, Chandler did amazing, and I think Poirier stole the round in just the last moment, just because look at the damage on the face of Chandler, and he got dropped. So you have to give this one to Poirier for sure. He almost finished the fight here. Bloody hell. Chandler did the adjustments when it came to the striking. He took advantage of the cage. He diversified with the kicks, with the grappling, with everything. That was perfect. Just no defense from him. And when he gets hurt, he is not good at preventing follow-up shots. But definitely that first round I want to see again, because he had his very, very good moments. But I think we've seen that Chandler has the grappling advantage here, the way he controlled him and took him down. You know, if I am a Chandler now, I am grappling a bit more this round and taking the round off to just get time for the chin to recover a little bit, and then take a little bit of the second round off with the grappling, and then the third round just push it. Okay, round number 2. 4 minutes 53, 4 minutes 52, 51, 50, 49, 48. Chandler against Poirier. In the center again. Now we'll see. They start a little bit slower, but Chandler is bloodied up already. Looking for the bombs, pushing Poirier against the cage, going for the grappling. Poirier is defending, but he got picked up, and now Chandler put him down. Exactly. Go with the grappling, take the round off. Good fight IQ by Chandler here. I didn't hear what the corner said to him, but full guard. Chandler on top. Controlling now Poirier, landing shots. He's not looking to pass now. Elbow from the bottom by Poirier. 4 minutes and 1 second. 4 minutes. 3 minutes 59. 3 minutes 58. Now, Poirier is trying to push on the head, create some distance, but he's not looking for sweeps at the moment. He's throwing his legs up, looking for a triangle possibly. Oh, Chandler is all bloodied up. Maybe from one of those elbows. Seems like it got worse. Oh, he's giving up his back, Poirier now. Chandler on the back now. One hook in. He's looking for a seatbelt grip. He's getting it. Yeah. Got a seatbelt here. But nose dropping, the blood dropping all over the nose of Chandler here. He has one hook in, looking for a rear naked against the Poirier, doesn't have it. He's not under the chin. They're close to the cage. And now the blood is making everything more slippery. It's going to be harder to get that kind of choke. They're hand fighting here. One hook in for Chandler. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. He's flattening Poirier here. No. Is it 2 hooks in? Hand fighting. Oh, the Poirier is signaling the ref that everything is fine, but Chandler is on his back here working on a rear naked choke, and Poirier is defending. There's a lot of time on the clock, 2 minutes and 30. He's been submitted by these kind of things before, so interesting that Chandler went there. But either way, this is, effective grappling by Chandler, and as well he is taking the round off, not taking any damage here. So this is great for Chandler. One hook in, still working on the rear naked. It's important he doesn't tire his arms out here, squeezing in if he doesn't have it under the chin. He has to be clever. But again, by a black belt like Poirier, you would imagine better escapes here. Back against the cage, hands together by Chandler. Poirier is trying to wall walk here. Back to his feet, but he's having a hard time. Chandler is controlling the wrist, and now Poirier is working on a Kimura from full guard. No, he just let it go. He doesn't have it. He's getting his face punch in, Poirier. To be honest, if Chandler puts the pedal on the gas here, this could be a 10-8. There's a lot of control and damage by Chandler. Yeah, actually, Joe just said it. Poirier has to be careful here. A lot of short shots, hammer fist by Chandler. They're talking to the ref about something. I think controlling the gloves or something. But yeah, Poirier is struggling to improve his position, and Chandler is landing some bombs now here. Poirier has to be controlling position and improve or control the wrist. The ref is in a bad spot here. Poirier is struggling here. I mean, you don't want to leave it in the judge's hands here, because you could have some crazy judge start to give in 10-8s here, right? And then it's a problem. I mean, you would expect after Poirier is a black belt and has been through so many training camps against grapplers like Khabib and like Oliveira, you would expect him like a better repertoire of sweeps and stand-ups. But Chandler just controlled him like he was nothing. And if I'm Chandler, I'm doing the same again. You know what? Forget about bombs. Forget about the striking. It's like the guy's got nothing on the ground. Like we've seen it now. And he ate so many shots, Poirier, now. Those ground and pound shots, you know. Let's hear the corner. The corner of Poirier is saying, staying off the wall. This was in my prediction too, by the way, saying that he's not good when he's against the wall, Poirier. And again, the corner of Poirier is saying it's 1-1. And I understand that, but also let him know it's a possible 10-8. So it's not an equal 1-1. So be careful with that and have some urgency. Anyway, considering that Chandler was the underdog, 1-1 is great. Very good by Chandler. I like that we've seen improvement by him in terms of attacks. Now they're both in the center. Round number 3, 4 minutes and 47, 46, 45, 44, 43. Chandler against Poirier, number 3. Okay. Exchanging strikes in the center. But you can see as well that Chandler is spent a lot of energy. I think Poirier is a bit the fresher fight, even though he got controlled. Also about how hard they throw too. Okay. Head kick gets blocked by Poirier. Oh, blocks the shots. Tags Chandler. Chandler again gets jabbed to the face. Chandler with longer combinations. I like this by him. Tries the shot in the open, single leg. Poirier is defending. He's sprawling, but he picks up Poirier. He's so strong, Chandler. And gets his back again in the... Oh, he gets reversed. Now Poirier on top. It looks like in half guard he's ground and pounding Chandler. Chandler is giving up his back here. Poirier gets the grip. Triangle the body. Working a rear naked choke. Oh, what a mistake that was. A seatbelt grip by Poirier. The hand fighting in the center with so much time to go. 3 minutes and 24 seconds. What a mistake there was. And with the body triangle like that, I don't think Chandler is going anywhere if he doesn't turn into him. Chandler has a 2-on-1 grip. He has to... Oh, now Poirier is attacking the choke. It's not under the chin. It's over the chin, but it's nasty. He's squeezing now. Oh, Chandler is stopping. Oh, wow. Wow. Great resilience by Poirier, honestly. I was just shitting on his jiu-jitsu, but, you know, offensively he had something, you know. But Chandler made it a close fight. You know, he brought the fight. He showed the improvements, which I'm very happy to see. But when you see that body triangle and the fact that as well, Poirier wasn't tiring his arms, squeezing when he didn't have the choke in the earlier rounds, so his squeeze was a bit more fresh. And I didn't see it completely under the chin as I saw it the first time. So let's see the replay. But as well, I think the nose of Chandler was a mess too, with all the blood and so on. So I wonder how he was breathing already, then someone takes a choke like that. Let's see it. Here doesn't seem under the chin. He's working on it. I cannot see it from here. Oh, yeah, it goes under the chin at the end. Yeah. He goes under the chin at the end. He's not even hiding the hand. The top hand is actually on the forehead of Chandler, but he's under the chin. He's squeezing, and that's it. That's enough. Good. Okay, so 1 prediction wrong, 2 rights. Okay. But definitely an awesome fight. Either way, awesome fight. And now there's gonna be the bathroom break of Esparza against Weili. I hope Weili brings the fight, but most people tend to not want to be close to Carla so she cannot shoot. So usually there's not a lot of close action, but we'll see. Demir Liotta is calling the winner of the fight. Poirier is talking a lot to the referee and to Chandler as well. I don't know what he's saying. I'm thinking of maybe having another coffee. Two minutes and round number 3 by rear naked choke. Poirier, the winner of Poirier against Chandler. There you go. Joe Rogan coming for the interview. Mutual respect between Chandler and Poirier, of course. Let's see what Poirier says. Joe Rogan, so Poirier saying that he was complaining to the ref because Chandler put a finger in his mouth and basically fish hook him to improve his position. So obviously legal technique. And he was complaining to the ref. Yes, Poirier admitting he was in trouble against the cage, not seeing the shots properly. Yeah, they're just discussing the finish and how he got the body triangle to set up the rear naked choke. Yeah, talking about the durability of Michael Chandler, how he was able to take the shots, and even Poirier was surprised. Poirier talking about people discounting his jiu-jitsu. Well, but you have to. The guy is unable to stand up back on his feet. What are you gonna say? Sure, he got the rear naked choke. Good. Work on your stand-up and your sweeps. Oh. They're trying to isolate what Poirier was complaining about the fish hook, but we still haven't seen the footage. They're looking for it. Yeah, the transition there. Good reverse in that case by Poirier. He was able to reverse because Chandler got his back. He was keep going for the back, but he eventually got his back taken. That's life. Karma. It's just showing the replay now, basically. Poirier getting attacked by Chandler when Chandler had his back. And Chandler tried a lot of things. He tried to get the rear naked. He tried more diverse striking and all these kind of things. And on the feet, he had a lot of moments and exposed a lot of holes by Poirier that we've seen it kind of exposed before, but people don't really talk about it a lot. The thing about him getting hit a lot against the cage and so on. I wonder who they're gonna give next to Poirier and also to Chandler. Chandler is, no matter who you put him against, he's such an entertaining fight every time. And I gotta say, between the two, like I expected Poirier to be good and durable and composed and all these kind of things. And between the two fighters, I think Chandler is the one that got the most improvement. The way he fought, the way he showed his fight IQ and everything else. I think he's showing the improvements. It's just that the defense, he's so offensive-minded and aggressive that I think more work on the defense, as boring as it may sound for him, probably, it's what he needs to really go to the next level, Now we see Weili getting ready to walk to the cage. Just a slow-paced walk. Focused. And for this fight, I picked Weili to win, in case you haven't seen the prediction. And I really... not only I picked her to win, but I want her to win. I think she's the real champ. I think it's pretty much well known that Carla Esparza basically got the belt gifted to her by Namajunas, just because Namajunas didn't fight at all. So the judges kind of like had to judge whatever little thing was going on and gave the belt to Esparza, which didn't have an impressive career by any means compared to her competition. So I hope that Weili really makes a statement and really proves that there's different levels and imposes the striking. I don't think Esparza has the defense to deal with exchanges for 5 rounds if there are prolonged striking exchanges. That being said, I didn't like at all when Weili was pinned to the mat by Namajunas and unable to get up to her feet against someone so skinny as and not as physically strong as Namajunas, not like a pure wrestler, let's say. So she has to show that she improved her stand-ups and sweeps and all these kind of things. Because if not, you risk giving some 10-8 rounds there to Carla that always hunts for the takedown early. So she's so good at getting split decisions and just doing the bare minimum. So bad for the sport, to be honest. And yes, I understand that there's grappling and everything else, but there's different styles of grappling, and her style of grappling is literally called doing the minimum. That's why you get a split decision. So you're giving the fans the minimum as well. You could barely call it fighting, basically. That's what I mean. What? Am I seeing this right? They made the underdog Weili 380 and 310 the favorite Esparza. Wasn't it the other way around? I swear it was the other way around for a very long time, unless there's some new money started pouring in for Esparza or something happened. There is some insider knowledge of something going on with Weili. Wow! I should have put money on Weili. Like, bloody hell. Those odds. I think she's gonna make a lot of people happy. Well, it is what it is. Esparza is very, very one-dimensional. If she doesn't find her takedown, she's gonna have a very hard time. And even when she finds the takedown, sometimes she gets bloodied up because people cut them from the bottom and so on. And most importantly, she doesn't have a proper 5-round fight experience in sense of 5-round war, 5-round high-paced exchanges. She doesn't have that. So being like a wrestler that really wants to push the pace and spend a lot of energy, it's how you're going to do when you don't have that experience. While Wei Li has that experience with Joanna, with Rose, where he went the distance with a lot of exchanges and high pace. Doesn't matter if it's wrestling, striking, but a lot of energy spent overall, right? And resilience and durability and all these kind of things. I think if Wei Li manages to impose her range and stay far away and frustrate Esparza to the point where she started to do some of her more vulnerable striking, where she started to blitz and get frustrated and do everything to cover the distance, no matter the opening she's giving, that's when Wei Li can really counter hard. But you have to make her come to you, because she will give you the opening. Esparza will give you the opening, but you have to make her come to you. And I personally would not invest a lot on the low kicks, because they don't count a lot, because they're cumulative strikes in the scorecards, and Esparza used them to shoot takedowns, as opposed to high kicks. High kicks, you have to give it a bit more respect, because a high kick can actually knock you out. So people are more wary about trying to trap a high kick or trying to shoot off a high kick or things like that. They get a bit more respect. And Esparza seemed to be having a lot of hard time against high kicks. I've seen so many times she was like open with her hands out of position, not even blocking the high kicks, almost eating it clean. So if I'm Wei Li, I'm blasting some of those for sure. But look at the difference in the body. Like, Wei Li is so much physically strong. You can see. As well as sparring with guys is oh, okay. Now it shows minus 380 the favorite Wei Li and 310 the underdog Esparza. Did I see that wrong the first time? This seems to be right. Good. So favorite is Wei Li. Awesome. What did I see? I'm gonna have to watch it again. Now Bruce Buffer is introducing the fighters. Wei Li against Carla Esparza. Yeah, I was saying, like, Wei Li, she trains with the guys in sparring. She trained wrestling with Cejudo, obviously, which is very, very high level wrestler. And yeah, when you spar with guys, they have better reaction times. They have more power. Obviously, you try to don't use it as much in sparring, but still they're gonna have an advantage in speed, in reaction times, in durability, in power, everything. So she's preparing for war, obviously making herself the better version, you know. We seen her against Francis Ngannou, how strong she was, like lifting him up in the air with a high crotch. So even if Esparza tries to take her down, she might have to deal with someone who is very physically strong. Good. As well, Wei Li is so likable in general, like such a respectful fighter. You can see Esparza here, very serious. She's the champion, and you can see how the odds give her no respect whatsoever, because she's not the real champion. Let's be honest. We know what's up. That being said, because of the odds, if she wins, she would make Some people happy. I guess a minority of people, but could get a nice payout. I think her mounted crucifix is very nasty if she gets it. Okay, we're about to start. Fighters are going in the center of the octagon. Here we go. Weili Zhang against Carla Esparza for the title. Okay, give you the countdown. Round number 1, 4 minutes and 57, 56, 55, 54. Weili controlling the center of the octagon, pumping the jab. Going in boxing range immediately is Weili. Closer than I expected. Esparza on the back foot. Inside low kick lands by Weili, still looking for it. Orthodox against orthodox. Esparza with the lateral movement, feinting. Weili is imposing the jab, beating her on the way in. Showing the jab and going with the inside low kick again. Weili lands. Fast jab she has. Again with the inside leg kick. Weili. She's using the hands to set it up. Esparza's faking the shots but still moving. Hasn't found the range yet. Inside leg kick lands again by Weili. Just much slower strikes by Esparza, you could see it. More labored. It's just, I think Weili could overwhelm her. Body kick lands by Weili. Just because of the speed of the strikes. And the volume as well. She's pressuring Esparza way much more than I expected. Oh, again, better boxing by Weili. That inside leg kick, Esparza has no answer for it. He's not even shooting on it. I think because it takes your base away, right? Because you want to shoot forward and lands it over and over again. Cross to the body by Weili. Start to put some power in those punches. Awesome start by Weili. Great. And that's the thing too. She knows she has the cardio. She's been here before, so she knows exactly how to pace. She's not afraid to open up because she knows she has the cardio. So she's let those hands and kicks go. Putting the volume in there from round number 1. Don't give 3 rounds away because of low output. Esparza now doing very little and not checking those kicks at all. Oh, hands. Oh, that head kick again. See, barely blocked by Esparza. Esparza takes a leg. And now she's on top in the center of the octagon. Weili on the bottom. She's trying to turn into Esparza and take the back elbow to the head of Esparza. Esparza now is turning on side control against Zhang. They're both standing up. Weili is almost taking her back. 2 hooks in by Weili, but Esparza is trying to turn into her. She's on her hip, and Weili turning again. And now she has full mount, but they're still turning in transitions, and Weili is on the bottom now in full guard. 1 minute 45 seconds to go. I mean, if I'm Weili, when I can disengage, I disengage. She tried to take the back of Esparza, and now she's on the bottom getting elbow. This is what Carla wants. Terrible decision there for Weili. Don't even think about the back. Now, Weili is controlling posture. She's getting her butterfly hook back, controlling with the overhook and having wrist control. You can see improved guard by Weili, but I want to see her getting up to her feet. Oh, she's using that now. Up kicks by Weili, creating the distance. Technical stand-up. It works. Good technical stand-up there by Weili. Both up to her feet. Cross lands by Weili. Much better. 1 minute on the clock, round number 1. And Esparza got nothing there. She knows now that Weili is going to stand up when she gets the chance. She's not going to accept the position, okay? Weili knows she survived now. Body kicks gets trapped now by Esparza. Those kicks. Esparza on an ankle here. Weili takes her back again. Disengage. No. Weili controls inside control. Strong base by Weili. Elbow here and framing the face of Carla Esparza. Esparza tried to hip escape, to bridge. And Esparza now in half guard. And Weili on top, dominating with punches and elbows. Now, Weili on the top in full guard. Esparza controlling the posture, trying to go for a sweep and preparing an armbar, doesn't have it. And Weili on top again. 4 seconds at the end of the round. This is a 10-9 for Weili. But we know a lot now, right? Awesome. We know that Weili can grapple. I don't like that she's messing too much with taking the back and these kind of things, because you risk getting reversed. Esparza has nothing against her on the feet. She has nothing. All she's doing is trapping the feet to desperately go on the ground. Okay? And that head kick, you cannot forget this. Almost landed. She blocked it with one hand, which, it's not enough blocking a head kick with one hand. You can get your balance knocked off like that, against someone who's a power striker. All right, let's see the replays. Weili beating her to the punch. Much more technical strikes, more straight, better timing. The body kick gets trapped. And when Weili knows it's trapped, she tries to get on the ground on her own terms with a better position. All right, round number 2, Weili Zhang against Carla Esparza. Let's go. Carla had her moments there, so we'll see who makes the better adjustments. Round number 2, 4 minutes and 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49. Here we go. Weili against with the pressure, pumps the jab. Let's see if she goes back to the inside. Yeah, there it is, inside leg kick again. Jab all day by Weili. Exactly, see? These are the untechnical blitzes of Carla that she did. She got countered easily. Called that in my prediction a couple of days ago. Carla with a shoot shot, and Weili sprawls and gets the better position. And she's working on taking the back of Esparza and grappling again here. She's basically in a crucifix, but from the back of Esparza, and is under the neck of Esparza here with the right hand. So she could start to work on a choke, but she's working on it. Esparza taps Weili by submission. Yes, she had confidence in her grappling. I didn't have that much confidence in Weili's grappling. I was like, the striking is working. Stay on the striking. But Weili, she knew she made improvements, and she wanted to prove it. And wow, proper champ, well-rounded, nice. Always improving her game, and I'm very impressed, honestly. We have the new champ. Awesome. All right. So far, what have we got? I got a free prediction to 1. So 3 predictions right, 1 wrong. I got. Okay, it's okay. Now we'll see the main event. Interesting the way she got the choke as well. It was this crucifix from the back. And Carla had really no way to defend here because all her hands were trapped. One hand trapped with the legs. The other one had wrist control. And you can also finish it here if you put the hand behind the back of your head and then use the back of the head to pull the hand, and that creates a squeeze too. Nice. Weili very happy. Awesome. And that's the problem when you're a very one-dimensional fighter like Esparza, is that people know what to prepare for in training camp, and you have nothing to fall back on, because when Esparza saw that she wasn't having that easy time on the grappling, she had no striking to fall back on. She could not just adjust her game plan. She was the worst fighter. We knew this coming in, and the odds knew it, and she just proved it. So we have the rightful champ being champ. Awesome. Nice. Okay, I'm curious to see the interview. I guess we want to have the translator here. Joe Rogan interviewing Weili Zhang. Joe is asking how good it feels to be champ again. Weili is showing improvements in her English too. She tried her best with her English. To say she trained so hard for this to come back. Man, improving the grappling, improving the English. She's on fire. Awesome. She's thanking her supporters, family, fans, showing respect. Awesome. She's saying something quite long. Let's see. So she's saying that she got a lot of support in China, and now coming to Madison Square Garden, she feels she had almost the same as if she was back home in terms of support. Asking if she expected to win by submission. Yeah, she said she has so many ways to win fights, and submission is one of them. Oh. She's still saying something here. They're talking about everybody experience failure, and just to keep going what you want, and eventually you get it. And there you go. Awesome. Oh, Joe Rogan is interviewing Esparza too. Asking the thoughts on the fight and surprises. Yeah, she knew that Willie would be strong, the grappling improved, and she knew she would have good striking, and, she's fighting the best. It's just what it is. Yeah. Well, so I guess now we have Alex Pereira against Israel Adesanya. They're going to show probably some trailers and highlights and whatnot. And yeah, for that fight, I picked Easy. They're just showing some of the people in the crowd now. Justin Gaethje, Volkanovski. Awesome. Yeah, I was saying about the Easy Israel Adesanya against Alex Pereira fight. I think that Israel has the most MMA experience, the most 5-round experience, and he has improved so much since the KOs he suffered. His style actually is different too, if you look at it. And back then it was a different sport, different rules. And both fighters improved since then, but we've seen the improved version of Alex Pereira struggle against Bruno Silva, while the improved version of Israel Adesanya barely gets touched by anyone, being that Whittaker, Cannonier, Romero, any of these fighters. So I have to give the edge to Israel. And I think that if at any moment he feels in danger, he would also be able to diversify and go to the grappling, because he's been working on it the longer. And I think he normally doesn't do that because of his kickboxing pedigree. He brings the fight where he has the advantage. Most of the time he's striking. But I think in this fight, if at any point he feels he's losing the exchanges, he's just gonna switch it up and we see the grappling. That's my prediction. So we'll see. Maybe he just wins all the exchanging. He doesn't need to, but we'll see. And you can see the definition of the jaw of Alex Pereira. You seen that? That is the athletic commission guys putting the Vaseline on his face, and you can see the definition of that jaw, man. It's a different genetic. This guy is made to fight. You can see, like, serious as hell. And that's the thing too, like, fighting is physical, but it's also a lot mental, and you can see this guy is made for that, and he's serious and aggressive and resilient. So we'll see. The way he finds that lead hook as well, he finds it on so many people. It's a bit of a weirder angle compared to what you normally see. And the fact that it's not only the physical strength, but is if you land on your first two knuckles and you land on the chin, that even adds even more power. And most people are not able to do that because, things happen fast, and if your land is already great, let alone landing on those knuckles, but and the proper spot you want in the chin. But some fighters just have the precision. Now we can see Pereira is in the cage and Israel is walking now. He's just showing some footage, making a bit of a show, I suppose. All the arena is red with the lights. Packed. Good. They're just showing in the main screens some of the highlights of Easy, some of his B-roll. And now we can see finally him walking towards the cage. And I think he wants to get that knockout moment back, because he got a bit humiliated, he got made fun of by Pereira. So I think from an emotional point of view, he really wants to put a beating on Alex and show that he's the better fighter. Normally, he's just happy to get a decision, but I think he is a bit more invested into this fight because of that reason. So we'll see if this changes anything in his fighting style. Now, we've seen that he had, during the weigh-in, some mark on his shin. So I think that's possibly from getting low kicks checked in training camp. So obviously the kicking game is a big part of his game. We'll see. And he feints more than Pereira. He switches the stances more. We'll see. And Adesanya hasn't taken a lot of damage, so I would imagine that his chin, everything considered, is quite fresh, and it's hard to hit him clean now because of how he moves and his head and his feet. So that could take some of the edge off the shots if he can roll with them a little bit and see them. Now let's see. I wonder if Adesanya is gonna try to get the respect early by hurting him early with something, or just be all the way untouchable on the outside from round 1 and let him know that's how it's gonna be. I want to see if Pereira lands something on Easy, if Easy grapples immediately, or if he just goes back to creating space. Because if he grapples immediately, you know that's how it's gonna be for 5 rounds. Same, very close age, very close height, pretty much everything. But you have to think as well about how much they're cutting the weight. I think that Pereira is cutting more weight, and I think he might as well fade towards the later rounds because of this, if he goes to 5. I don't think Easy cuts that much, to be honest. He's thicker, and you can see Glover in the corner of Pereira as well. So, you know, they've been working together, and you can get championship level advice. You know. But you can see that Easy is not goofing around, making his little dances and stuff. He's very, very serious in this fight. I can see why. Bruce Buffer is introducing the fighters now. Big stares from both fighters. They both mean business. It's really a matter of if Pereira was able to improve his either takedown defense or the way he gets up and the sweeps and whatnot. But you cannot become a black belt in 1 year, 2 years. You know, it's like it takes a while. So no matter your training camp, you can't really fill those holes. And just Adesanya has been training ground game for much, much longer and more actively. Pereira is a underdog, 180, 185. Not many fights in the UFC, that's a thing too, you know. And some of the fights he had were competitive. He won them, but, you know, he's more hittable than Adesanya. And Pereira, I think, is the most dangerous with his hands, while Adesanya, I think he's dangerous with both. I think he can head kick people, knee them, you know. He has a good question mark kick too. Very, very good repertoire of strikes. But yeah, physically, Adesanya doesn't seem quite as thick as Pereira in terms of the frame and everything else. I can't wait for this one. Yes, Pereira is so much bigger now that they're close. Okay, I'll give you the countdown when it starts. All right. They say Pereira weighted about 220 pounds after rehydrating and so on. All right, round number 1. Pereira starts with a jumping push kick, 4 minutes 56, 55, 54, 53. Easy, lands a leg kick. They exchange the leg kicks here. Both in the center. Easy switching stances, again with the leg kick. Both with the hands quite low and long. You have Easy switching, giving him different looks, pumping the jab, Low kicks lands again for Easy. Lot of lateral movement for Easy, feinting, giving him different looks. Pereira is just waiting, measuring with his lead hand, landing a low kick again. Pereira. The size is, you can see it very clearly here. Low kicks by Pereira as well. He's feinting too. Feints from both guys. Very technical exchanges here. Easy with the feints again. Low kicks land by Pereira. Seems quite evenly matched so far in the exchanges. Pereira goes for a high kick. It's blocked. Easy is trying to counter the low kicks with hands. Both had a fairly good success so far in these exchanges. Quite evenly matched. Not particularly high paced. They're exchanging, but no one is being frantic or reckless. They know it's an important fight, and they're giving respect to the opponent. Easy with a question mark, going high. Nice head movement and counter by Israel Adesanya. Lands a right hand clean on the chin of Pereira. Pereira takes it. Jab to the body by Adesanya lands. The feints of Israel have been a problem for Pereira. You can see he's reacting a little bit to it. Yeah, even now Joe is calling it now. Especially when he gets hit, he has to respect the power. If he gets hurt, he has to react to the feints. It's hard not to. Looking for the lead hook is Pereira. Doesn't find his range. Israel again imposing the range. You can see how he extends his lead hand back against the cage. He knows he has to move now. He has good octagon awareness normally. Creates a spacing. He's out away from the cage again. .157 on the clock. High kick blocked again by Pereira. Israel with the jab again. Oh, high kick. Block only one by hand. Israel almost eats it. Body kick strong by Israel lands on the liver of Pereira. They exchange kicks again. Israel is getting blitz here, controlling the hands, moving away from the cage. Body kick lands by Pereira. Again, it always extends that hand, Israel, to get the range and keep the distance. He doesn't want to be in boxing range up close with Pereira at all. It's close in exchanges here, but so far I will give it to Israel. Double up the jab, Israel. Good lateral movement by Izzy. Body kick lands by Pereira. Oh, he almost hits that left hook. He's almost walked into it. Oh, jumping knee by Pereira. So close. Israel now is in the range that he doesn't want. He's too close to Pereira now. He's grappling. He's in a 50-50 position, has his hands together, getting pressed against the cage by Pereira, which is dirty boxing with the one overhook and dirty boxing with the other hand. Knee, strong knee by Pereira in this position. We have one underhook by Israel pressing Pereira against the cage. Head position, the disengage. Jab by Israel. 5 seconds on the clock. Jab. Oh, cross left hand. Oh, that combination at the end. Bloody hell. That combination by Israel lands. Jab, cross, left hand, clean on the chin of Pereira, which was shook just at the last 5 seconds. Wow. We don't know how hurt he is. He was not moving his head. His ear is bleeding. Yeah, this is a 10-9 for for Israel. And what Pereira can do, he cannot really rest his chin now. Let's see. Okay. Oh, so the jab missed. The right hand of Israel landed on the ear, and then this left hook landed on the chin. You can see the legs of Pereira go there a little bit. He was also a bit square though, so it might have been a balance thing too. Legs very close together, tall stance. So if Izzy doesn't put the foot on the gas, which I can understand in a 5-round fight, maybe Alex will have the time to recover. Now, round number 2, 4 minutes 51, 50, 49, 48, 47 of Israel Adesanya against Alex Pereira. Adesanya with the back against the cage. He's moving. He's getting more comfortable now. He had a good success in the first round. You can see the confidence here. Good lateral movement, pumping the jab in Alex's face. Hook again. Like, Adesanya is having the better of these exchanges, but he has to get away from the cage. You cannot play in this range with someone like Pereira. Now, okay, we can see wrist control by Adesanya was controlling the hands of Pereira, trying an elbow there. Jab by Adesanya lands. Right hand by Izzy. Pereira with no success so far. He's looking for something with Israel against the cage. Israel is always reaching with his hands, trying to control the wrists. Looking for the hook again is Pereira. Back to the center of the octagon. Working the jab against is Izzy. 3 minutes and 39 seconds. But again, Israel is backing up with the back against the cage almost like voluntarily, seems like. He's controlling one of the wrists of Pereira with the lead hand and looking for the straight left. High kick gets blocked again by Izzy, but he pumps the jab. It's just the timing, then the rhythm of it, right? He throws at odd times. Reaching again with the lead hand is Izzy. Jab. Strong by Pereira. Izzy is moving, getting the respect now. He's respecting the power of Pereira. Jab against works by Pereira, lands. Izzy, now he's getting hit against the cage. Strong knee by Pereira. He's framing Izzy now. And here, Pereira can work the advantage of the size here, framing Izzy. But Izzy has one underhook and one necktie, seems like. Controlling the bicep on the inside is Izzy, pressing Pereira against the cage. He drops down now. Izzy for a takedown, picks up Alex, but it doesn't work. Back to the same position. He might want to disengage here, Izzy. Yeah. Ooh, strong right hand by Izzy lands on the chin. When disengaging the clinch. Kicks, so much diversity from Izzy, giving him all sorts of different looks. But again, Pereira is not foreign to being hit. We've seen this before. He's more hittable, it's normal, but he always has that power. Jab by Pereira against. Izzy has to get away from the cage. This is not good for him. Gets jabbed again. He cannot move his head as good when he's against the cage. You can only move laterally, really, for the most part. Exchange jab. Low kick by Pereira lands. Low kick by Izzy lands. Oh, Izzy seems like sleep. Knee to the body takes Izzy. And back to the same position. Is clinching again. Israel pressing Pereira against the cage. 1 minute and 7 seconds on the clock. Round number 2. Okay. It's the same position over and over. He probably worked on it in training camp. It's an underhook with a hand on the neck or bicep and head control by Izzy. Yeah, this round is closer, but it's still an Adesanya round for sure so far. Double underhook by Israel here. Still wrestling. They disengage. Both in the center, striking. Oh, head kick by Pereira. Israel is backing up now. We don't know how he took it. Jab to the body. Jab right hand. Israel again, he's trying to disengage here with the strikes. We don't know if he got hurt by that partially block kicked. Pereira shoots for a takedown. Single leg in the center of the octagon. Israel defends, but he gets taken down with Pereira on top. 1 second left on the clock. But interesting that he chose to diversify. But again, under the scoring system, this doesn't count because it's a takedown that doesn't lead to an attack. So it's not considered effective grappling. It's just a change in position. All right. Going into round number 3, I'm going to listen to the corner of Adesanya. We're seeing some of the replays. That head kick was actually not blocked. He didn't land completely clean, landed with the foot rather than the shin and just partially. But he must look out for that. I mean, here is the thing. We've seen that Pereira can take the shots of Adesanya, but we haven't seen yet if Adesanya can take the shots of Pereira when they land clean, right? And I don't like how he's been too complacent of being against the cage. Round number 3, 4 minutes and 56, 55, 54, 53 of Adesanya against Pereira. Opening the center, feints and jabs again by Adesanya. I think so far is 2 rounds up Adesanya. Inside leg kick. The exchange kicks here in the center. That's the thing too with Israel. He keeps his hands down, so you can sneak a high kick on him if you're someone as good as Pereira, you know. Loads of feinting and exchanging of kicks. Right hand again by Izzy lands on Pereira. Every time he's in that stance, his power hand lands. Izzy again extending with the hands. He has his back against the cage. High guard, jab cross. Hook misses by Pereira. He's chasing Pereira now, pressuring Izzy. He goes for a takedown, gets reversed, and Izzy now is in side control. And Pereira is trying to get up, maybe giving up his back here, seems like. Yes, Izzy is controlling the back now, no hooks so far. He's going for trying to get his hands together. And now Pereira is controlled and getting punched in the face. And Izzy still has no hooks in. Pereira is controlling the hands, but he's getting punched. 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. Pereira is trying to get up, grabbing the cage. The referee doesn't intervene, but he's still on the ground in turtle position with the back took by Izzy. No hooks yet. Okay, 1 hook now. No. Okay, it's not in. He keeps defending Alex, but now 1 hook is in. Still getting punched. Loads of time on the clock here, but he's trying to get up, pressing against the cage, controlling the wrist, 1 knee. So now he's on his knees, but you can see Izzy still has his hands together and he's not willing to give up this position. Now, back in the turtle position. Izzy on his back, but no hooks. Still punching. 1 hook in now. Now, no hooks. Pereira is very good at getting those hooks away, seems like, but having a hard time to get back to his feet, especially while getting punched and getting his wrist controlled. And you have to imagine that Pereira is the most dangerous early, but as he gets wrestled in a 5-round fight, he doesn't have that experience, and the power can fade away because of the weight cut, because of the how he's getting wrestled here, you know. So Izzy is fighting a very clever fight. Very, very clever by Izzy here to make him carry his weight. Has the hands together. He's pulling on Pereira back on the mat. Pereira rolls for a leg lock. Doesn't have it. He's in half guard now with Izzy on top. 1 minute 20 on the clock. Controlling the wrist is Pereira. Full guard now by Pereira. But he's gonna lose this round for sure. And in my book, that is 3 rounds. Oh, elbow from the bottom by Pereira. Nice. In my book, that is 3 rounds for Izzy, if nothing else happens here. Pereira is trying to control the wrist, control the posture, landing some elbows where he can, but the thing is, getting back to his feet is much more important here, but with only 35 seconds on the clock, he's giving up the round here. He's throwing his legs up, but Adesanya is posturing up. Now he's up to his feet with Pereira on the ground. Controlling the ankle is easy. He's just gonna burn the clock here, just win the round. He's controlling an ankle, making sure he doesn't get up kicked. An axe kick to the body, and now Izzy's controlling the back of Pereira. He didn't like the axe kick, seems like. Wow, and you gotta imagine that Izzy here is fresh, you know, didn't take any crazy damage. He's imposing his game. He's more diverse. He's winning the grappling. He's winning the striking. Fantastic. 3 rounds for Izzy in my book. You can see the ear of Pereira is bleeding, and as well his left cheek has quite a mark, a bruise on it. Let's hear the advice. Now the corner of Pereira is very, very frantic advice. I wasn't able to clearly understand what they actually want him to do. Round number 4 of Alex Pereira against Israel Adesanya. Israel winning everything so far. 4 minutes and 57, 56, 55, 54, 53. Here we go, back in the center. Again, feints, jab lands again by Izzy. To the body, to the head. Pereira needs to have some urgency here. Leg kick by Pereira lands. Jab to the body lands by Pereira. Misses a kick. Easy. Leg kick lands by Pereira. High kick gets blocked by Izzy. Looking for that hook again is Pereira. Doesn't get it. Pereira is still not pressuring here. He's in the range that Izzy is comfortable in, right? He's having a hard time to close the distance where he can land those nasty hooks and knees. Long jab lands again by Izzy. Right hand by Izzy. Izzy is getting pressed against the cage now again. This is good for Pereira. Izzy with the high guard. Izzy is making him miss. Looking for the jab cross all the time from orthodox. Body kick lands by Izzy. Question mark kick gets blocked by Izzy. So much diversity. Push kick by Easy. And that jab cross from Orthodox by Easy, he's looking for it and he's been landing it over and over. Now Pereira on the back foot, gets body kicked. He might be tired here. He might be fading. Wrist control by Easy. He's giving so many things to think about. He's just overwhelming him here. Low kick again by Easy. Lands. Giving him all sorts of different looks, moving the head. Jab, all sorts of boxing lands by Easy. Pereira is taking it. He's looking for his moments. He's frustrated. He starts to be tired and just not having success as he imagined. As well, you can see the reaction of Pereira now much, much slower. Easy is clinching with him, has a body lock. 2 minutes on the clock and pressing Pereira against the cage. Good head positioning. He's just slowly beating him, basically. Not taking any crazy risks, don't make any crazy mistakes. He's fighting like a champion here. Like I'm talking about Easy. Again, clinching against the cage. Pereira's getting pressed by Easy. Easy gets his hands together with that underhook and wrapping up the neck of Pereira. 1 minute and 15 on the clock. Right hand by Easy. He starts to let his hands go on the break. Now Pereira is pressuring him. He has urgency. Pereira is looking for something here. Easy back against the cage. Gets jabbed by Pereira. Low kick by Pereira. Right hand by Pereira. Left hook misses. Pereira again looking for the left hook, but Easy ducks under and gets a body lock again. It's like it's a 50-50 position with in the clinch. Oh, Easy almost trips Pereira. They're in 50-50 position with 34 seconds on the clock. Easy pressing him against the cage. Drops under for a single leg is Easy. Defending is Pereira. Yeah, nothing there. Again, another round for Israel in my book. Oh, looking for the elbow is Israel. In the open, 8 seconds to go. Israel is backing up, trying to steal the round, basically. Pereira with the left hook, right hand. I have to see if that landed. But again, Israel, he's really inviting these exchanges against the cage. But that's where Pereira has the advantage. Because in the open, he's struggling so much with the range. And Israel is giving him the chance to get close when he's against the cage, where his movement is more predictable. And I don't understand. I want to see if those landed. But if they didn't land, they would still were very close. And you don't want to eat that from a 220 pounds Alex Pereira. You know, we seen with the Edwards-Usman fight, you know, someone can lose the whole 5 rounds and then land something crazy. Some strikers just are like that, you know. And you know, Pereira is not giving up on himself. He's just, he's frustrated. He's a bit more tired and he's just not having success so far. I wanted to see the replay of that exchange at the end. All right, round number 5. This is, again, easy all day. If you're Israel, you just try to grapple. Honestly, just burn the clock on the round. You don't need even to do anything crazy. I think he's just going to do more of the same. You can see low kick, body kick by Israel. But now Pereira has the urgency. He's going against the cage, pressure him with the striking right hand. And punches to the body by Pereira. But Israel is clinching, controlling the wrists. Pereira is desperate to close the range to make something happen here. Pereira with the pressure again. Easy on the back foot. Easy against the cage. Eats a right hand again by Pereira. But Easy is clever here. He's clinching against Pereira. Inviting the grappling exchanges and pressing Pereira against the cage with 2 underhooks. Hands together. Now a body lock by Easy. Yeah, people didn't think that Israel would invite the grappling, but he's a full martial artist. He just brings the fight to where he has the advantage. Oh, he did oh my God, Easy in all sorts of trouble. He got a kick check and didn't like that at all. Now he's hurt. He's hurt because of that check. Something happened there, maybe an injury, and Easy is trying to survive and clinch here against Pereira. Oh my God. I don't think nothing major landed there, but Easy was so hurt. He rolled on the ground because of that check. And we seen the mark on the leg of Easy going into the fight. Maybe some injury or something. Now Easy is trying to survive, and Pereira smells blood here. He's all over him. 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Easy with the jab, diversifying with the kick. But again, he ends up against the cage, and right hand by Pereira lands again. Right hand lands again by Pereira. That's not the range for Easy. It's a left hook and an uppercut. Oh my God! Why? Right hooks all over the place by Easy. He's almost. Oh my God! He's hurt. Hooks and uppercuts all over. Easy is over. Oh my God! It's over. It's over. Pereira won. Oh my God! It's over in the 5th round with a low IQ. Easy inviting those exchanges against the cage. And he was doing it even before being hurt. That was the only position where Pereira could win. It was not in the open. It was against the cage. And just Israel kept going back over and over to that position. You know? It reminds me of Anderson Silva. He always invites people against the cage moving and just Easy doing that thing. And now, oh my God. This makes for a good rematch, obviously, because you have someone who dominated the whole fight, winning all the exchanges, and then you have someone like Pereira, which just, for the whole 5 rounds, is a dangerous dude. Proved it. I want to see if they say something maybe about injury or something. Yeah, Adesanya was protesting the stoppage because he was like ducking and moving his head, but again, he was not even looking at Pereira anymore, being hurt by all sorts of punches, and I guess that counts as not intelligently defending yourself when your head is all over the place, you know, eating all sorts of shots and not even looking at your opponent. And wow. Like, what Easy had to do was just to grapple and burn the clock in this round, you know? He was able to get those clinches. He was not even trying to take him down much, but he stayed in the open, took that risk. Something went wrong with the leg there, seemed like, and just once Pereira started smelling blood, it was not good. And just Israel in those exchanges being way too comfortable being with his back against the cage, because the same thing happening in the open, I think that Israel survives. Good. People having money on Pereira, I guess they made some good money. I'm sure they were sweating for 5 of those rounds, knowing that he was making nothing off of it. But hey, he really found his spot. You know, you only need a couple of big shots, and he found them. Not quitting on himself. And obviously an entertaining champion, man. Just having a couple of fights in the UFC and getting like a title like this. Wow. Now Joe Rogan coming to interview Pereira. Fifth fight ever in MMA, Joe is saying, and asking about the run to the title. Pereira was apologizing for the trash talk, saying that now they're showing the replay now, getting the reaction for... It's always the lead left hook by Pereira. He literally was walking into it. You can see the weight. And the uppercut, right uppercut, was nasty too. Yeah, he said he trained very, very hard with Glover for this fight. Saying every day he was going for fights at the gym, and it was obviously a hard 5-round fight. He's ready for the next fight. Congratulating for becoming a new champion, and the fact that it was only his 5th UFC fight. He's thanking Joe Rogan for believing in Alex Pereira from the beginning. And he's the champion. Wow. Definitely making the division interesting. People were bitching about the fight of Izzy being boring, the way he fights on the outside, but not this champion. You know, he's a finisher. Yeah, like Pereira was obviously spending some energy dealing with the wrestling, but other than that, he didn't really open as much with blitzes or long combos, and he had plenty of gas tank for the end. And you can see even now he has a bit of trouble walking because Izzy like beat his leg, beat his body. Really, he wasn't just headhunting; he beat him everywhere, put a beating on him. So, well, I guess that's it. So, how many did I get right and wrong? Was it like three rights and 2 wrongs or something like that? So, I guess something similar than last time. Is it something like 60% or something? I will have to make the exact percentage. So, well, that was it. Very, very happy with the card. Very happy with seeing new champions, obviously Weili and Pereira. So that's awesome. I'm gonna try next time to do it, like to do the live stream, obviously when it's happening, and not the day after. It's just that I wasn't able to stay up that late and all these kind of things because of the schedule, the things I was doing, as well as publishing the shorts prior to the fight to make sure it gets out there. But overall, it was very fun, and it's always great to make things for the channel, and this kind of things I could watch all day. So that's that, and thank you for watching. If you're seeing this now, if you're seeing this later on, maybe I'm gonna clip some of the reactions because some of the fights were quite entertaining. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, I actually have to end it from here.